Costco just sued Donald Trump, and now MAGA is calling for a boycott. They're trying to cancel Costco because Trump broke the law and got caught. Look, Trump's been telling people that affordability is a hoax created by Democrats. His actual quote was, "Affordability is a fake crisis created by Democrats." You can fact check me on that. A fake crisis. Say that to the families that just went through Thanksgiving with half a table. Say that to the millions of people heading into Christmas with nothing left to give their kids because every dollar is already spoken for. And this is real. Right now, people are choosing between paying a bill or buying groceries, rent or heat, mortgage or meds. There's no in-between, no wiggle room, no safety, just fear, stress, and hoping nothing else breaks this month. And while people are suffering like this, Trump is out here calling affordability made up, then slamming American businesses like Costco with illegal tariffs that only make everything more expensive. That's why Costco went ahead and sued him. Not for politics, but for survival. Trump used an emergency law that wasn't meant for tariffs. Courts already warned him, and he kept going. Costco tried to pause the charges until the Supreme Court ruled, and Trump's administration told them, no, you gotta go pay up now. And what does MAGA do? Instead of asking why Trump is making life harder for all of us right before the holidays, they decide to boycott Costco, a store that millions of families rely on to save money, a store that keeps prices low while everything else goes up. This administration is hurting us for the second time in less than a decade, hurting veterans, immigrants, working families, Latinos, hurting businesses that actually keep this country running. And for what? Political ego? Performative nonsense? This isn't a fake crisis. This is America right now. We deserve better than this. We deserve leaders who understand the reality we live in, not ones who mock it. Please hit all of the buttons right here, like, share, follow. Do you think companies like Costco should stand up to this administration, or should they just stay quiet and let things get worse?
Hey everyone, welcome back to Global Views with Josh, your home for straight up global insights and a sprinkle of sarcasm to help the truth go down smoother. If you're new here, go ahead and hit that like, subscribe, and smash that notification bell because today's story, it's a big one. And trust me, you're gonna want to stick around for this. So picture this, Costco, yes, Costco, the land of family-sized ketchup, 40-pound peanut butter tubes, and enough toilet paper to serve 10 apocalypse. Has officially had it. They are done, fed up they're over it, and now they're suing Donald Trump after his tariffs chewed through their profit margins like a hungry customer at the free sample station. Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached peak American theater, so let's break it down.
We have some news right now. Costco is suing Donald Trump, asking him to give back all of the money that Costco has had to pay because of Donald Trump's illegal and unconstitutional tariffs. According to NBC News, this lawsuit was filed in the past few days, and Costco argues that Donald Trump's tariffs are completely unconstitutional and is asking to be paid back for all of the money that essentially Trump forced them to pay for tariffs. Costco is the latest business to take on the Trump administration. Now, Costco, interestingly, has been very open to taking on this administration. It has refused to roll back DEI policies. It has taken on Trump, now literally suing him in a courtroom. While Target and other businesses capitulate, it seems like Costco is not, at least for the moment. Spread the word. Full updates on my Substack, linked in bio. Subscribe for free. Follow along, stay up to date on all the news that you need to know about. I will have much more to come shortly.
Costco is suing the Trump administration, and they're suing over tariffs. Because as you know, a lower court ruled that the tariffs were illegal. The tariffs that Trump has imposed are illegal. And now the Supreme Court is considering the lower court's decision. They're either going to uphold it or overturn it. And Costco is suing the Trump administration for a full refund of all the tariffs they've paid and to also stop future tariffs as we await the Supreme Court's ruling. And they're doing this because apparently if the Supreme Court rules in their favor, meaning upholds the lower court, who said that the tariffs were illegal, the government might not have to pay back the tariffs that were paid out. by all these companies in the U.S. Hundreds of millions of dollars. And so that's why Costco and other companies are suing, but mainly Costco is the big one. And they're doing it now before the Supreme Court's decision. And it's awesome because I think the Supreme Court is going to find they're going to uphold the lower court's ruling and that these tariffs are going to be deemed illegal. And the government's going to have to pay these companies back. And Trump even said, we're going to have a difficult time if we have to pay those back. That's going to be a lot of money. Yeah, well, too effing bad. Get in line with all the other lousy ideas they all had. I can't wait till this is all over.
You're not going to believe this. Costco is suing the Trump administration, saying the tariffs he imposed were never legal in the first place. They want a full refund of every dollar they paid. Costco's argument, the law Trump used doesn't actually let a president set tariffs, and the Supreme Court is already reviewing Trump's entire tariff program. This is big money. Importers have paid so far nearly $90 billion in tariffs, and Costco is hit really hard. They import about 1/3 of what they sell in the U.S. Costco says the tariffs hit fresh foods like pineapples and bananas, but they refuse to raise prices to protect members. Costco now joins companies like Revlon, Kawasaki, and Bumblebee, all suing the Trump administration for tariff refunds. If the court strikes this down, we're talking billions coming back, and it could impact prices on everyday products that you see in the stores. I am following all of this in real time. Make sure to hit like on this video and subscribe so you never miss my alerts.
Costco is who y'all keep wanting Target to be. And I don't even have a Costco around me, but I'm finna get a membership because Costco is not playing with this administration and they have not bent the knee. Costco is literally suing the Trump administration for the tariff. And this is the literal definition of what it means to stand on business. When all of these companies acted like they couldn't stand 10 tones behind DEI and specifically what DEI represents, not necessarily who benefited the most. Costco's board of directors and their shareholders voted unanimously. And when I say unanimously, 98% to keep their diversity policy. The board literally said with their chest that they are committed to an enterprise that's rooted in inclusion and respect, and that it's both appropriate and necessary. Not only that, I believe it was March of this year that Costco implemented a $20 minimum wage and also allowing first-year employees to get paid vacations. So for folks who are looking for alternatives to Amazon and Target, boom, there you go.
I don't like Costco. Traditionally, I don't. I don't like the people there. The number of people, the amount of people. I don't like all the grannies in their hover round that the retirement community drops off that will drive over your toes getting free samples. But it probably just became my favorite place to shop. And it's not because they just filed a lawsuit in the federal trade court to get a refund for all of the money that they've spent on Trump's unconstitutional tariffs. It's not that, not at all. It's that MAGA is now calling for a boycott of Costco because of that lawsuit. With MAGA content creators, MAGA politicians, and MAGA newscasters saying boycott Costco. Don't go there. Cut up your membership card, burn it, destroy anything that's Kirkland branded, and also go spend your money over at Walmart Sam's Club instead because they support good American products and American people as they're importing 20 times more product from overseas than Costco is. But if Costco is going to be MAGA free, I'm willing to shop there more.
Major breaking news tonight. So MAGA Republicans are calling for the boycott of Costco. They're calling for the boycott of Costco because Costco sued the Trump administration over their tariffs, and they're wanting a full refund because Trump was literally giving out these unconstitutional and unjust tariffs that have harmed multiple companies, including Costco. They're wanting a full refund. Now, for some reason, MAGA Republicans are going on social media. A lot of their influencers are saying to boycott Costco as if that's going to work. As if we're going to stop shopping at Costco because they stand for the people. So, where were you guys trying to get with this? You're upset because they're suing Your daddy? I assure you, we got a lot bigger fish to fry.
Costco basically told Americans, you get the pleasure to shop here, but don't expect us to pay the tariffs that would give you money to keep shopping here. Tell me that's not the most backwards loyalty program you ever heard of. Here's what's really going on. Something called liquidated entry just activated, and it makes Costco officially responsible for paying the tariffs on everything they imported. Their deadline to get their books straight is December 15th, but the Supreme Court is still deciding whether Trump's tariffs are legally collectible. So Costco rushed to file a lawsuit so they can demand a refund later if the Supreme Court rules against the government. Meanwhile, Costco isn't hurting. This year, they made $5.3 billion in membership fees, pure profit, plus $275 billion in sales. And the tariffs they're trying to dodge are up to $460 million. Trump has already said that the tariffs would reduce the debt and fund dividend checks that come to American people. But if Costco and every big retailer sues to reclaim that money, no dividends checks, no debt reduction, and a complete collapse of the strategy. So ask yourself, is this about protecting American consumers or protecting corporate profits, letting Americans deal with the fallout?
Costco's wholesale filed a lawsuit today against Donald Trump and his tariffs policy. Let's talk about it. Effective December 1st, 2025, Costco Wholesale filed a lawsuit that can blow a hole through Donald Trump's signature trade agenda. That's right. They said they are tired. They have took too many losses this year because they refused to raise their prices to hurt the American citizen. So they took the loss and ate Donald Trump's tariff prices. According to the filing, a third of Costco's inventory is imported, which exposes the company to tariff costs on everything, from appliances to electronics to essential foods. Despite that, Costco told their investors they refused to raise their prices. In other words, the company absorbed the financial hit so that customers would not. Meanwhile, Trump and his administration collected tariffs at historic levels. NBC News document provided the clearest picture. It stated by late 2025, the federal government raked in $205 billion under the tariff scheme, in which importers paid about $90 billion of that. While Costco's never disclosed its exact losses, its global chief financial officer expressed its financial strain. What makes this lawsuit explosive is timing. Weeks ago, the Supreme Court signaled skepticism toward the administration's argument that IEEPA gives president unlimited tariff authority, in which they could not give a valid answer for. If Costco's win, this will set precedent for every importer that was crushed by Trump's tariff war. Drop down in the comments how you feel about Costco being a stand-up company for the American people, and finally, someone standing up to Donald Trump and his administration and their new tariff policy. And don't forget to like, share, and follow me for more controversial topics.
We have some breaking news. Costco is suing the Trump administration. They are entering a major legal fight against Trump's tariff regime. The retailer filed a new lawsuit in the U.S. Court of International Trade. They are not trying to make a political point. They are trying to protect themselves if the Supreme Court strikes down Trump's tariffs. Right now, these duties imposed under the International Emergency Economic Powers Act are costing companies tens of billions of dollars every month. That pressure gets passed down the line from importers to distributors to stores and finally to the families that shop there. That's why Costco says it's been forced to adjust prices. Some items hold steady, others go up, and if you've been, to the store lately, you felt it. I mean, the Supreme Court heard arguments last month, and several justices, including those on the right, sounded very skeptical of the administration's legal justification. I mean, lower courts have already ruled against parts of the policy, but the duty stays in place until the justices decide. The big question now is what happens to all the money already paid? No one has given a clear answer on that at all yet. And that's why Costco is racing to secure its spot in line. My name is Jared Zisser. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Substack, and YouTube for breaking news, updates, commentary, and the whole story.
You see, Costco is built on one thing: affordable bulk everything. That's their magic trick. You walk in expecting to spend $50 and you walk out with a kayak, a chicken the size of a small dog, and a receipt long enough to wrap around the moon. Now, that business model only works if their supply chain is cheap, predictable, and stable. Now, enter Trump's tariff policies. Policies so aggressively chaotic that even Costco legendary $1.50 hot dog combo couldn't survive without sweating nervously in the corner. Now, for years, Costco held the hot dog price steady, almost like a patriotic pledge. But, the economy is collapsing when even that becomes a financial burden. And now, after waves of tariffs on imported goods, skyrocketing costs of materials, shipping disruptions, and price hikes across the board, Costco finally snapped. So what do? Something nobody expected. They take Trump to court, accusing his tariff policy of wrecking their profit structure, pushing their business into the red. And honestly, the irony is delicious. Because for years, Trump told Americans that tariffs were easy to win. But now Costco, one of the most beloved retailers in America, is basically saying, actually, no, we're losing badly. The lawsuit claims that Trump's tariffs created artificial inflation, damaged their ability to offer low prices, and forced them to take massive losses just to keep products accessible. Now, some insiders are even whispering that if this continues, Costco might have to raise membership fees, and that, my friends, is how you start a national rebellion. But this isn't just about Costco. When a retail giant like Costco starts dragging a president into court after taking financial hits, it sends a much bigger message. American business landscape is cracking under policies built on slogan instead of strategy. Let's talk about those cracks. Now, across the country, companies big and small have been struggling with the fallout from these tariffs, rising import costs, delayed deliveries, disappearing profit margins, forced layoffs for rural retailers. It's a bloodbath. For manufacturers, a nightmare, and for companies depending on imported goods from multiple countries, it's a financial minefield. Costco just happens to be the first big corporation bold enough to say it out loud and puts the blame directly where they believe it belongs. And let's not forget the political theater around this. Trump, of course, his response, he responded the way Trump responds to. Well, everything, finger pointing, denying, denials, counter accusations, and some creative rewriting of economic history. Because in his words, tariffs that make everything more expensive are actually good for America. Costco's balance sheet, however, seems to disagree. But here's the kicker. This lawsuit might just open the door for another or other companies to follow suit. And Walmart, Target, Amazon, if Costco wins, we may see a line of corporation or corporate lawsuits longer than the checkout line on a Saturday afternoon. And yes, the global trade partners are watching too. China, Canada, Europe, everyone else is taking notes, and none of them are impressed. So where does this leave the average American shopper? Well, prices continue to rise, wages still frozen, savings shrink, and even bulk shopping sanctuaries like Costco can't shield families from the economic pressure. the company built its brand on delivering affordable abundance. And if even Costco can survive tariff chaos, what hope is there for small chains? But now, let's zoom out. Trump's tariffs weren't created with long-term economic planning. They were crafted as political weapons, blunt, impulsive headline, ready to tools meant to look strong rather than actually strengthen anything. And guess who ends up paying the price for bad economic stunts? Not politicians, not billionaires. You, the consumer. And Costco suing Trump, that's more than a headline. That's a warning siren echoing across the entire US economy. So here we are. Costco, the corporate symbol of American bulk buying, is suing a president over economic decisions that have spiraled into chaos. You couldn't write a movie plot this wild. But what do you think? Do you think Costco has a strong case, or is this just corporate theatrics? Are tariffs actually helping America, or have they done more harm than good? And if Costco loses this battle, what happens to those beloved low prices? Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Let's get a conversation going. Thanks for watching Global Views with Josh. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, credit belongs to original creators.